What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we are diving into Bruno Mars' new record, The Romantic. This is actually the first Bruno Mars record I've ever checked out, and I'm really looking forward to it. Bruno is somebody that I have been very familiar with, over time in my life, because I feel like he has dominated the charts for so long. So a lot of his singles I am familiar with, but I'm really excited to get into like a full project from him. I did check out the two singles from this record. You guys can see both of those reactions to those music videos on my YouTube channel, but I'm really excited to dive into the rest of The Romantic. So before we dive in, I'm gonna ask you guys to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Instagram at Steven in Stereo. If you want to check out the full album listening party version of this, where we check out these 7 songs, we don't cut anything out, we just kind of catch the vibe, you guys can do that over on Patreon. Links in the description. I believe at this point I have almost 200 album watch parties, listening parties over there. If you guys want to jam anything else with me, there's a lot. I'm hoping that this record becomes a jump off point for more Bruno Mars records. So yeah, we'll be doing them over there and here as well. So yeah, anyways, all those things out of the way, I'm excited to dive into this. So we're going to dive right into Cha Cha Cha. Oh, I also want to point out that I understand this whole record is inspired by love and kind of the range of emotions there. And I love that. If you've watched my channel in the past, you know that I talk about how I love to hear music inspired by love in any capacity, because I feel like there's just a level of emotion that just hits deeper than a lot of things. And with the 2 singles I heard from this, you can definitely hear the influence in there. So anyways, Cha Cha Cha.
You got me drinking.
Nope. There it is.
Ooh, girl, you in trouble tonight.
Woo!
Turn me on, mama, you turn me on.
I love the power in his voice, even in that range. Like, even though it's like a little bit higher, you can feel like the and
Mama, you turn me
woo!
on. Move your body right here.
That
Just
rap.
a little closer with me.
Woo!
And I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Ooh,
Come on. A classic right there to have a little bit of a lyric interpolation. Yes.
I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Ooh.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Bruno.
There's a party at the Pinky Ring.
That's his actual club, isn't it? Wait, is it? No, his is 24 karat. Why do I think it's the Pinky Ring? Or is it 24 karat? What is the name of his club in Vegas?
The spotlight's on you now.
Yes.
Spotlight's on you. Let me see what you came to do. Let me see what you came to do. Ooh, come on and cha-cha-cha with me.
Woo!
And I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Ooh.
Yes, Bruno. I'm so into that.
And I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. Ooh, I like it like that. She working that back. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, I feel feral. Why? Ugh, that's so good. What a fucking way to start this off right there. Already love that we're dancing. My heart is going. I'm sweating a little bit already. I'm also really into this this power high range thing that Bruno does. I'm really fascinated by that here already on this first track. I love the interpolation because one, you get to sing the song right away, right? Shout out to all my classics out there. We already know. But at the same time, we also get to, just fucking hear Bruno's take on that in such a sexy way. Like, he really spiced that up and made it feel naughty, and I'm super into that. I definitely, because I watched the music videos recently, I have this very visual piece of seeing Bruno perform this song in my head, and I'm really thankful for that because that was vibey. Also, I don't know what the name of Bruno's club is. I think might be 24 karat, but I don't know why I think it's the Pinky Ring. So maybe it's the Pinky Ring, and that's why he shouted it out there. All right, God was showing off.
Is it your eyes
Woo!
that light my sky? You still shine.
Oh, that harmony!
Next to mine.
Oh, so here for that.
Oh, your little
amazing. He's romanticizing me. Let's go. Oh, we're getting married by the end of this, dude. Let's go. Beautiful. Let's go. Oh, that bounce right there. I think God was showing off making you, Bruno. That fucking note right there is angelic, heavenly. Flexing up in heaven is crazy. Yeah. Okay, he is Mr. Smooth. Let's go. You're gonna get a date. You better watch out. I love that he's channeling his God must have spent a little more time on you here. And I also love that he's like, it's so like anthemic in a way. Like he's not just saying God was showing off making you. He's like putting this woman on a pedestal in such a beautiful way. He's even saying you don't have to hide your wings. I want you to be able to fly and be all the things that you are. And like, that's the kind of love that everybody should strive for, right? You want your person to want to kind of like prop you up, right? Like put you on a pedestal, remind you that you're the greatest thing in the world, whatever. Like, I feel like in those situations, it is so like, yeah, like Bruno is whatever Bruno wants, he's going to get at this point. It's like, yes, ma'am, I am here for you in every way, shape, or form. And I also love that he's got such a smooth vocal here that, like I said, I kind of felt like he was hitting on me in this. Like, what is going on here? Like, I just feel like he was just putting game on in such a pretty way. And he's so damn smooth. And then he takes those notes up, super angelic, feeling super heavenly. Yes, all of it. All of it. I also like that it kind of felt like just a super heavy ballad in a way, even though it was very like musical. There's just something about his delivery that feels so like heavy. I don't know why. All right, why you want to fight?
Why you wanna fight with me, baby? What did you rather make love?
What? That is wild. That rasp.
Tell me why you wanna fight with me, baby?
That's how you know he means that shit. Damn.
You want me knocking on the door, crying in the rain, baby girl, for you. I'll do it, I was wrong. Stop playing when we come back home. Why you
Sorry, gotta go back.
I've apologized.
He is like,
You keep going on. Ain't too proud to say it. I admit I was wrong. Stop playing when we come back home. Why you wanna fight with me, baby?
yeah.
Just run into my arms. Let's just start again.
Yeah.
Girl, I call your mama. Plead with all your friends. Never start loving you.
He means that.
What I gonna do?
Woo!
Why you wanna?
He said, never stop loving you. That's what we not gonna do.
You may hate me now, but I never start loving you. That's what we not gonna do.
Oh,
Why you wanna fight with me, baby? Why you wanna fight? Oh, baby.
damn.
I can't stop thinking about you, girl. My world just
hold on, that whole layer of backing vocals and then Bruno riffing over that main line, that blend right there is so beautiful for Bruno. Like that is the perfect sound in my opinion when I think about like if I'm thinking about his music right now, this is what I'm picturing. Something about this like this raspy sound taking that lead, but there's like something like gospel like happening at the same time.
Won't you say the same without your girl?
Damn.
If your heart hurt just like mine, I'ma ask you one more time. Why you wanna fight with
Woo!
me?
Why do you hit it like that? What are you doing to us?
I'ma ask you one more time. Why you wanna fight with me?
Oh my God.
Babe, why you wanna fight? What did you rather make love?
Dude, he is like a force to be reckoned with when you put him in a ballad like this, especially with something so emotional. Obviously, like you're with the love and you like don't want to fight. Obviously, you want to be able to just fix things and move forward and make that sweet love. But unfortunately, sometimes you are caught in this moment. And I love that Bruno is able to channel that emotion in this. I think it's really cool to kind of picture him like on his knees, essentially like pleading for this to not be happening. And I think like I don't know if it's just that like the visual piece to it is just coming to life in this record, or it's just that like you can really feel his experience being lived through this, even if he's never experienced it. Though I believe that everyone in the world that has been in relationships has experienced something like this at some point. But I also just love the fact that it's not just enough to have that emotion, but also like having that layer of gospel like vocals for so much of this that really become basically like just another instrument. I think there's something really cool happening there because it really does like push Bruno's vocals in a spot where like everything feels larger than life for like that whole last section, if that makes any sense. It's like I'm so tuned into this song I can't think about anything else, and I just see like I don't know, Bruno just going wild, and I love that very much. That also, like, I'm going to talk about it so many times, but his voice is it just does so much. And like I hate to just keep saying rasp because like that's all I ever talk about, but it is a sound that I'm just very fond of, and I like his flavor of that. I like that there's like a little bit of chest in there. It's just so soulful. All right, speaking of soulful, this is On My Soul. Oh, cool lead.
Baby, we should be together. Love so hard to find.
Amen.
I really want you. Hey, baby. I wanna give you my name. Hey, baby.
Damn, let's go. Oh,
I'ma love you like you never been loved before.
yeah, with the harmony.
I'ma love you like you never been loved before.
Oh yeah, this is the one. I love that chorus. Oh,
On my soul, on my soul. Star. Hey, baby. I really want you. Hey, baby.
I want this chorus again.
I'ma love you
Oh.
like you never been loved before. On my soul. Yeah. I'ma love you like you never been loved before.
Oh, chorus one more time, please. We've got enough time. Let's do it.
Love you like you never been loved before. Put it on my soul. I'ma love you like you never been loved before. Put it on anything, put it on everything. On my soul, on my soul.
Woo! That is my favorite song on this record so far. I love this song so much. Oh, good. I already added it to this playlist that I created. Perfect. I'm fucking so into whatever the chord progression is going on in that chorus. I'm into the vocals. I love the fact that it's like harmonized in that chorus. It sounds so fucking sick to me, especially with that progression. I don't know why. That's what my brain is focusing on. I also love that that pre-chorus comes in with such a like a big vocal and then drops into those harmonies. It's like but also sweet at the same time. And I already want to listen to the song again. I feel like this is like one of the shortest songs on the album, and I feel like I want 5 minutes of it. Do you know what I'm saying? You ever have that moment? I also want to learn that lead. I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to learn that lead on guitar really bad. That's like so fun. Okay, man, I like that song. All right, something serious. Oh.
You should be my boo thing, my boo thing. I should be your man's. Want some pretty babies, pretty babies.
Oh.
I could give you that.
Hey, let's go.
Something serious.
Woo! Not where I thought that was going. I'm here for it.
Girl, I always have your back. You want some pretty brown Bruno bitch. Something serious.
I love that. Damn, that is such a groove. Ooh, fading it out with all that power is crazy. Let's go. Man, I love that. Like, hold on, I don't want to interrupt the legend here. I love that all of these songs are like, I'm invested in them. Like, I'm just here for the ride from the very beginning. I don't know why, but like I like knew the bass line to this. Like, thank you. I don't know how that happened. And like immediately you're drawn into the song. And then if you pay attention to this song, the vocal delivery this entire time, what I think is really cool is that it seems like every single line, every time like the pre-chorus hits to another section or whatever, Bruno just like does something a little bit different with his voice. He adds like a little bit of oomph to it, or maybe even like adds a little bit of like to it. I don't know. And there's something about it that like, it's like I'm always looking for the next thing he's gonna do. Like, I don't know how long he's gonna hold a note. I don't know where he's gonna take it to. And I like that it's not predictable. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways, like you kind of learn the words and you know how the delivery is going to be and you kind of know exactly where it's going to go. And so far, there's like no predictability. Even with this instrumental, I did not know it was going to have that time and then the drop and the pause. And like, there's a lot going on there, which I think is really sick. And I just can't get enough of, again, not being able to know what's going on with Bruno's voice at any given moment in a day. All right, this is Nothing Left. Whoa, taking it down a notch.
You used to light up when I called to say I love you. But our light would never fade away. But the fire don't burn like it used to, girl. No, don't wanna let you go, but you know something's got to change. Feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. Feels like I'm reaching out.
This is fucking beautiful.
With nothing left to hold on to.
Yep, just found another favorite on this record.
Where I lost my baby.
See, this is the thing about having inspiration with love and all things surrounding love is you have to have that heartbreak. And just like we had in Why You Want to Fight, you could feel this pleading version of Bruno, right? But like in this song, you feel like an absolutely, like you can feel a defeated Bruno having to come to terms with love that is lost. And it's an unfortunate thing that so many people have lived through. And I think if you've lived through it, or you can at least empathize or understand that, you can feel Bruno's pain in this. So even if he maybe not necessarily is going through this currently, being able to channel those old emotions like that, and make it feel so real, not only does that feel great, but in a album like The Romantic, inspired by love, you have to talk about kind of all the pieces to it. And unfortunately, this is one of them.
Something's gotta change, gotta change. Feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. It feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on
Oh my God. Oh, that's giving Prince vibes. I should be heartbroken at the end of this. I get that, but I am so happy listening to that because that is like just a mix of some of my favorite things. Fucking heartbreak, sadness, guitar solo, very ambient, dark feeling song, very ballad heavy. I feel him like sitting on a mountain in the fucking rain, just like lightning behind him, and he's just pleading his whole life away. You can feel that in this. It's so beautiful. I love the chorus in this so much. It's so well written. I love the big, anthemic kind of moments like that where you're screaming your heart out. When you're seeing him live, you're going to be so off key, and that's okay. You just scream as loud as you can because you got to let that emotion out. And I love that here. I already want to listen to the song again. I can't wait to make I'm trying to bring the format back of making Instagram reels where I pick my top 3 songs from the album that I do a reaction to. Cause typically like, you don't always get to see me like revisit the things, right? We do the album reaction, we do some of the stuff along with it, and then we kind of go to the next thing. So it's a fun way for me to like kind of go back and I guess like talk about the album again, if that makes any sense. So I definitely can't wait to do that with this one, and we're not even done. All right, this is Dance With Me.
Dance with me, darling.
Ooh.
Just one more time. You know I'm hoping when the music ends, you and I will fall in love all over again. If it's been so long since I held you tight. Will you dance with me, darling? One more time.
Oh yeah.
Is the only thing
I love the hopefulness you can feel in it, even though it still feels sad. Oh, tell her, Bruno!
Please,
All that pleading. I knew I could hear it in so many of the songs.
And I don't wanna dance with nobody. Nobody but you.
I need that again. Sorry.
And I don't wanna dance with nobody but
What? Are you gonna fade out that beautiful voice? Let's keep it going. So I'm kind of like unsure with this record now if it ends on a good note, because when we talk about the romantic, we talk about love, everything being inspired by love. There is some love there, and the building of a relationship and all those things. But I kind of feel like there is a decent amount of sadder songs, especially like when you come from Why You Want to Fight into Nothing Left. I kind of feel like things go from bad to worse. And then I feel like in Dance With Me, it's almost bittersweet because it feels like Bruno pleading for that love that he knows is still there to just be like re-sparked or reignited in any way, just with maybe like having that moment when two people are together and kind of like the world doesn't matter for maybe 3.5 minutes. And I feel like this is a very real thing. And I know that this is a lived experience for other people where maybe like you had a relationship that was on the rocks, or it seemed like there was no coming back. And then it seemed like one moment sort of was the solidifying factor in either like it actually staying together and working out, or just kind of like going your separate ways and it just kind of like having to be what it is. And I actually feel like you can hear that in this song. And I like that. I talk a lot about like what I can like feel emotionally in these songs, because I think that's important. I feel personally, and I kind of always say this, but like music is the most powerful art form to me personally. I feel it physically. I feel it emotionally. It's quite a ride, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for whatever fucked up shit happened in my life or went on in my brain, that I can just like you know, cope with a lot of stuff just having music. But at the same time, I love the fact that it's so therapeutic. So even if Bruno hadn't experienced any of these things, his presentation of it and my interpretation of it, I think is what I love so much. So this is my first time listening. Wow. First time listening to a Bruno Mars record, and I gotta say right away, I'm very, very, very impressed by him. There is something so powerful about somebody who is such a showman, but is able to put that on record. Here's the thing, Bruno Mars on a stage, it doesn't matter what he does, it's gonna be incredible. He has the elements of awe. Like you cannot help but like watch him and everything that he's doing. He's moving, he's playing instruments, he's singing, he does it all. And he does it at such a high level that it's almost untouchable. It's really cool to see Bruno Mars in I feel like every award show that I've watched, the thing is, even without following along to his music, every award show I watch, every little thing that I watch, Bruno Mars is somehow involved in it and he is the star of the show almost every single time. And I think like there's a lot to be said about that. But the fact that he's able to capture that same sort of performance style while removing the visuals, and I still feel that way through a whole record is really impressive to me. So when I say I'm very impressed, that's what I mean. Like I can't, like I felt like this whole time I watched him perform this record, and like I know that like everybody's, you know, way of digesting music is different, but to me, I think that's super cool to be able to like push through the boundaries of not having the visuals and still be able to make me feel those ways and see you perform them. And like I said, there was something really cool about how the instruments and his voice would come together in songs like Nothing Left that would really feel so heavy that I could just see him like pleading to the sky for this relationship to not have to be over, but having to come to terms with the fact that it is. It just felt like Bruno's in Malibu. I don't know why. Bruno's in Malibu on a dark, rainy day. It doesn't happen often, and when it does, you feel it. And then I think about songs that I'm really intrigued by, like On My Soul, that whole chorus, the whole way it's written, the whole pre-chorus into that, his voice in that, the layers and the harmony, the tone he chose to use there. I could nerd out about that little 10-second section of that song forever. And I think that's so cool to be able to have me so hooked on even just one track. And I actually like all of these tracks. I can't wait to make my top three because it's actually a hard decision. I know two of them right off the bat, but I'm not going to repeat them anymore because I want to make that track list and I want to listen to the album a few more times before I know for sure. But there's just something really cool about just the composition of On My Soul as a whole. Let me know if you guys are feeling that same way. Like I said, I'm somebody who does very much appreciate art inspired by love, music inspired by love, etc. And I'm really glad that he chose to use all the emotions here. You didn't have to, you know, you could have made a whole love album, but I think with love, the reality is a lot of people are going to be able to vibe with the fact that love isn't always permanent, and that's really sad. And I think Bruno did a good job of coping with that on this record as well. I want to hear more of his voice. I don't know how much of the instruments he plays in this, but I'm excited to go through the discography and see like not only as his music evolves, but also like as he evolves. I feel like there's a lot. I mean, his career is like 20 something years in, right? Because yeah, it's so like he's got a lot of music for us to check out. And like I said, even though I'm familiar with those big singles, I am very much looking forward to the brunt of these records because like none of these songs were singles, and like I could tell you my top three without even looking at the singles. So I think that's really cool to be able to do. That's also why I love doing album reactions. I think that a full album is sometimes lost when people tend to, especially like these days with streaming and playlists and everything. I feel like it's so easy to only listen to a single and never check out a full body of work, and I don't want that form of art to be lost because I think you can tell a lot in a full album, and I think it's really important for us to be able to get those things. And also like how fun when your favorite songs aren't even the singles. That's kind of crazy. Like the marketing and everything else is supposed to be so that the single becomes your favorite. But I think we learn a lot of the times that the more in depth we get with these artists, the more songs we like that no one's ever heard of. But I'm super excited about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Instagram at Steven in Stereo. If you guys want to check out the full uncut album listening party to this record, you can do that on Patreon. Links in the description. I love y'all so much. My page is 100% supported by those of y'all that support me over there. So it means the world to me. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do this, nerd out about music, and feel like I have a very fulfilled life because of that. So just want to say thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.